right, welcome, everybody. It's your main man, Zen, aka Zenmus. Today's host for Hakai Talk, first rendition, first episode. How are you guys doing today? I want to go ahead and introduce the lovely guests that we have on today's show, on today's cast. We'll start off with you, Mr. Ghelgan, the man, the myth, the legend, the man at the of the hour, the leader of Team Hakai. We all live by the code, and he lives by it as well. Hello, Ghelgan.
Hello, I'm glad you got my title and accolades right. Appreciate you.
I
Appreciate. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I took me a little. I was gonna put the divine part in there, but I was like, that's a little too much for the beginning. We'll add that in later, post production, right?
That's right. My divinity is always here. By the way, just want to make sure we're clear on that one. But yes, we don't want to overwhelm you on the first episode. I understand. I understand.
And we also have Zendalen, the streamer man, the man that has been putting in a lot of hours on Dead by Daylight and also League of Legends and Dungeon Fighters Online and a bunch of other games. I think you guys have seen him on our channel multiple times. We will always, be streaming, over on twitch.tv/TeamAkai, Monday through Friday normally. So you guys go check that out. Just a little bit. But how you doing, Zendalen?
I'm doing well. Thanks for the introduction. How are you doing, Zenmus?
I am doing all right. I'm actually hot because I decided to turn my AC off because it was colder outside just a second ago, and now I am dying inside internally, and I am also sweating. But I am ready to.
You know about North Carolina, all 4 seasons in a day.
In a day. It's a mess. It is definitely a mess. But today we have a few topics. The one I want to start off with first is what are you guys' most anticipated game coming up either this year, the next, let's say in the next 5 years. What company you're looking out for, or what game title, genre, yada yada. We're going to start off with you, Zendalen. We'll start off with whatever game that you are most anticipating.
I think there is going to be like an MMO RPG version of Dungeon Fighter Online called Project Barbecue. I've looked into it a little bit, but there's just reenactments of the same trailer over and over again. But yeah, there should be like just a MMORPG version of the 2D fighter grind game that is Dungeon Fighter Online. So I'm excited for it.
I definitely was going to ask, like, is it going to still be that same stylistic in terms of how Dungeon Fighter is with it, the
No,
2D
not
more
2D.
arcade?
It'll be like how Terra is, stuff like
Okay.
that.
I know.
Okay. I'm looking at it right now. Yep. Okay. That's nice. I'll put some on the screen for you guys to see the trailer for Project Barbecue. That looks actually really dope. It reminds me of the Legend of the Sword. I think that's the newest MMO that I've been seeing recently, or Swords of Legend. I think it's a Korean MMO. I'll have to correct myself later on that one. But that game looks awesome. It looks like I look at the character right now that reminds me of Dante from Devil May Cry. It looks really nice. Is there a release date for that game in particular? Or is it...
No, I think they're still under development, but I'm sure they'll hopefully have like an alpha or something by next year.
You know the name of the company that is making this?
I think it's Neopal.
Neopal? Okay. Not bad. I like that. I like that art style in particular. Yeah, it's nice. All right, Mr. Ghelgan. What about you? What games you looking forward to this coming up year?
I don't have time to be waiting for games to come out. If they're not coming out this year, I don't have time for them. So I'm waiting for Tales of Arise. It comes right around the corner.
Yeah.
It's coming out the 10th of September. I swear to God, you push it back, I'm gonna have a fit.
How many times has it been now? Was it like 4 times, I think, in terms of how they've been pushing it back? Like, I remember distinctly at least 3 release dates so far for that game, Tales of Arise.
Well, they've polished it, and now that I think that's enough polish for one game. Time to give it to me. I want it in my hands. I want to play on PS5, but I can't seem to get one, so I'll be playing on the PS4.
You and me both. Like, oh my goodness, the scalpers are still at it rampantly. I hate it. I really do. It sucks.
But they need to scout me one for free. That's what I need them to do.
That would be
Free.
amazing. That would be great. If anybody that's watching this or listening to this, if you have any contacts with regards to some, PlayStation files, just bang my line. It'll be down in the description. Bang Team Guy's line. We need a few because I'm hurting over here. I would like a PS5. It'll be much appreciated.
Something to play Pokemon Arceus when it comes out.
Pokemon Arceus. I've definitely been up in the air about getting a Switch. I multiple times I've had it in my cart, and I just have not pulled the trigger. Mainly because I am super addicted to my PC. Like ever since I've built it and I put it together, and I've been playing on it. I got my dual monitors. I am just like screw everything else. Like I just cannot bring myself to play anything else other than my PC, and everything's at my fingertips. Like I don't have a need or want for anything more for my gaming experience right now. I mean, maybe like a electric desk where I have a hammock underneath that I can sleep under, so I don't have to go on my bed. I don't have to get too far away from my PC. So I just a little bit like that. But a game that I'm looking forward to in particular. I have a long list. One that's up in the air for me that I've kind of poked at you guys regarding like what are your thoughts on it. It's not necessarily a game that I am like super excited to play. I think this is more of a game that I am. I know the company Amazon in particular has the resources and they have the manpower. They have everything that a company would want. They have that and then some. All they need to do is the execution. And New World is their newest game with a bunch of drops. I'm seeing streamers play it. They have thousands upon thousands of people that are just in the stream, always trying to get a key to the beta so they can play around and test it. I am becoming more jaded when it comes to any kind of criticism I have towards a game. And MMOs are games in general that I have not necessarily delved too deep into. I've delved like maybe ESO. ESO has probably been like the ones that I've played the longest out of any MMO I've played so far. And when I was watching some of the gameplay for the beta for New World, because mind you, that game is supposed to set release for August, and the amount of polish that I feel like it needs, and purely just the animations, is a little unsettling and is a little upsetting for a company as big as Amazon. Like you would think if they made a branch for gaming and they already know how big the gaming sphere is right now, you would think there will be a little bit more in terms of like fighting animations, the running, the abilities being used. All of it feels very 2000. Like it feels like an MMO that was made in 2000 but just in HD. So there's other games that I anticipate, but I just really wanted to talk about that one because I am anticipating that game, but I am looking forward to what might change, and not much will change from this month to August. It feels like so.
Whenever you make a pancake, the first one's always a little burnt, crispy on the edges while you're getting the water right. So fortunately for Amazon, they had already made a game and it already sank and already sucked and it already failed. So they got that out of the way. They learned from their mistakes. So I'm pretty sure New World will take that crucible
I was
lesson.
thinking the same thing. Oh, I was trying to remember what game you're talking about. Oh yeah. Oh man. Jeez. Did you play that one, Ghelgan?
I did not. I didn't have an opportunity to. It was shut down before I got into it.
I played that, and it. You ever had a game that you were like, how do they balance this? There's no way they balance this correctly. That is what that game was like, because there were characters where you would shoot at them would feel like, I want to say, a good 2 minutes. I am literally not kidding when I tell you shoot at someone 2 minutes straight, point blank, and you cannot kill them because the hitboxes were messed up. The player health was unbalanced. You have characters that were more DPS that hit less than characters that were more tanky. So it was a mess, and I thank you for bringing that up because I had forgotten about the game, but I do remember it. It's kind of like how what's the other game that we all play? Anthem. That was a steamer. That was I don't understand. Nowadays a lot of games are being released, but they're half baked. It's kind of like they have this concept, they have this idea, they've been working on it for about 3 to 4 years, yet when it comes to the actual product itself, it gets left behind because most companies, or not most companies, but a lot of companies in general, or just let's say stereotypically, are focused more on their microtransactions, their loot boxes, their how to make the most out of a smaller player base, right? They're just trying to nickel and dime us all the way down, making sure that when we have that cashier check in our hand, that it is an amazing amount.
I got you.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, that New World is definitely my most anticipated. Mainly, just I want to know what they're doing, what they're gonna do with the game in the next 1 to 2 months. Project Barbecue, I'll put on my watch list. I've heard about it. I never really put much I didn't look into it because personally I thought Project Barbecue was Blue Protocol. That's what I don't know why I thought that those are the same two games, but apparently they're not. Blue Protocol is no longer considered an MMO, at least by their developers. They're no longer considered an MMO. That's weird. They've been talking about it being an MMO for a very long time, so I'm just kind of confused about that. And then Tales of Arise. I have not really played too many Tales games other than Symphonia. And I love that game. I really do. I have a brother, loves that game, always talks about Tales games. So, he'll be the first in line to grab it as well. But I'll be playing it on PC. I'm pretty sure it comes out on PC. Does it? Yes, right? Let me look at it. Yes.
Probably.
Yeah, it comes out on PC. So I'll be playing it there. Unfortunately, no PS5s. We're all... It's not like we all can't buy them. It's just they're literally there. They're just not on the shelves. I don't know how they do that. Like you would look online, like let's say a TJ Maxx or something, or a Walmart. You would wait until they'll give you a date on roughly when the new stock is in. I even put down a reservation. How is it? I put down a reservation, and then they send me back my reservation. Like, hey, yeah, we don't have it anymore. What do you mean? I put them down for your new. I put this way in advance, 3-4 months in advance. How will you not have this? I rant. I'm sorry. Let's move on to the next topic. Just conversations with those sales reps, and I try not to put it on them because they're just doing their job. But those conversations are always like, "Come on, man, can't you help me out? Like, just a little bit, please." You got something in the back, right? They just tell you not to tell me. All right. One I really do want to talk about because I want to say 5-6 years that I've known both of you, roughly, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know your most embarrassing gameplay or gaming moments in particular. What moments in gaming do you remember that are just like you're kind of your cringe, or you're just like, why the hell did I do that, or stuff like that? What your memories? We're gonna talk about. So Ghelgan, what starting off with you?
Back in the day, I know it's hard to believe, I once was an amateur gamer. So much so in Final Fantasy X, the Eve battle on the airship. I think the ship's called Fahrenheit or something like that. There's a boss fight, and if you're not prepared for it, he's going to beat you, and you can't do anything about it. And you can't go back and train a little bit because the last save is on the airship, and this is back on the memory card. So there's only one save slot. So, yeah. So if you aren't prepared for that battle, guess what you get to do? And this is like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 hours into the game. You get to start over.
God. Oh my goodness. I know in today's atmosphere that would there are like that in particular is considered hardcore gaming now. Like that used to be the norm, but now that is like it's purely just that's for the people that are a glut for punishment. Back then, you had no choice. You were going to start over if you lose. Like that's painful. That is painful.
It was absolutely terrible.
Oh my god. All right, Zendalen, what about you? What's a good memory, a good embarrassing gaming memory for you?
Embarrassing gaming memory?
Yes.
How would I embarrass myself? I'm sorry.
By playing.
Oh Lord, I think. Literally trying to think here. I've been thinking about it literally since you told me about it yesterday.
Well, I can let you think because I have one, and
yeah, go with yours.
It's one that I've been meaning to let you guys know about. So remember, and it's the game that I brought up earlier. Remember ESO, and this is one of the first games I played with this group. Let me give you guys some context for what happened. So we got to pretty much close to max level at the time. We were doing the world PvP or just the PvP area in general. And that area, if you don't know, if you're not an ESL player, is fucking massive. Like, it is massive. And you need a mount. So to at least traverse a little faster. If I remember correctly, 90% of the group, or if all of the group, had a mount. Except for me. And our lovely leader Ghelgan, if he would also contribute to this story, decided that he would ride around on his little lizard mount and walk around me in a circle, and just just kind of just look at me like, hey, it's kind
I
of
was inspiring you. That's what I was inspiring you. I stayed behind to keep your morale high.
Company. You're my personal trainer. Like, get those legs pumping. Leg day. It's leg day. Come on.
Somebody has to do leg day.
Yeah. So a caveat to that is, I remember I didn't bring this up ever because I was like I was embarrassed by it. I had a mount. It was in my my inbox because I had pre-ordered the game and I had a mount. I just couldn't figure out how to equip said mount. So while we're running, I legit all I had to do was Google it. That's all I had to do was Google how to equip and use your mount in ESO. But for some reason, I got distracted because I was being motivated so perfectly. I was being motivated by our shining leader, and him and his divine grace. So that I've been meaning to tell you guys that for a while. I sat there with a mount the entire time. I later ended up getting one. I think I had a horse. It was like one of the standard pre-order horses. But I could have avoided all of that. I could have avoided leg day and had been fine riding on my mount, my trusty steed.
Well, we thank you for your memory.
Oh my god! I can't believe it though. Like, every time I think about it, I'm like, I'm an idiot. I think that's when I started getting in the habit of, whenever we were gaming and I would do something dumb, I caught myself out on it. I don't know why I do that. I would do something and I'm like, I can't believe I just did that, or I can't believe I just thought about something like that. And I tell myself that's what I do. I gotta stop that. I just gotta let it, just go by and let nobody brought it up. I don't bring it up. We'll keep going. Like, I get on him about it. I still talk Jugto about it even to this day. Calvin is another member of Team Hakai. He playing Ark, ate some narco berries. See, the thing about the narco berries is they put you to sleep, or they're used for trank stuff. If you guys are not familiar with Ark, he was asking just questions regarding eating narco berries, and this happened on 3 different occasions. He ate enough to knock himself out. There is a certain threshold that you have to be at before you go to sleep, and he kept eating them, which was baffling to most of us. I make fun of him about that. If we take our time and go to Pixark, a game that I played a lot of, I did that. I want to say I did that twice. I ate narco berries, and yeah, I pick on them, but I do know myself, and I kind of be like, I've been there. I'm not gonna put you down. I've been there. I've done that. It's embarrassing. We'll move on, right? It's not a. You would think it says narco, like you would think. Put 2 and 2 together. You're not supposed to eat that. It's not good for you. But I did. I digress. I did.
They're narcotics. They're drugs. Everyone's got to try it, I guess.
You gotta pop. The first one's free, right? The first one's free, and then we'll get you addicted later. Oh man. Gaming. I've had so many embarrassing things happen to me, and I would not be bringing them all up, but just a few. See, if nobody asks about, you don't ask about it, I won't say it because no. Zendalen, what about you? Anything you think of?
You've jogged my memory when you said something about Ark. It's not Pixar, it's regular Ark. When me and Ghelgan first started playing it, and that's when the Wyverns first came out. Mm-hmm. We're on PvP servers as well, so it's even more hardcore mode. It's like a dang on game. So what people really want, like mid game or something, is to find and hatch a Wyvern egg. And I'm the guy in Ark. I love taming the dinosaurs and then breeding them and everything. And the only way to get a Wyvern egg is to go into the Wyvern nest and steal an egg. You cannot tame a wyvern that's flying around a wild one and have them. No, it's just you have to find an egg. And I found one, and the highest level that you could get, and I think PvP server was like around level 210. I found a level 210 lightning wyvern egg, and
Okay.
we were playing on PS4. So the there's two buttons, the L2 and the R2. L2 is to drop, R2 is to like
Oh
consume or
no.
use something. So I was like, I'm ready to drop this near like our air conditioners. That's what helps hatch it
Mm-hmm.
or incubate it. And I hit the wrong button, and I heard some, and it was my wyvern egg that I ate.
Oh man, Ghelgan,
And I feel
you
that was like
imagine
I
walking
was
into the
so
room.
sad.
You walk into the room and the Zendalen sitting in the corner just chomping away on the wyvern egg. Just going
I was
to
like,
town.
oh no! I feel like that was really an embarrassing moment for me because that was before I knew like how to actually like build the wyvern trap so you can go in, swoop down, trap of wyverns that are chasing you so you can easily and safely go get an egg. No, I had a pterodon max stamina, and that was after they took away movement speed increase with the pterodons. So
So yeah,
if you get bit one time or breathe the fire on one time, you're dead. You're straight up dead.
you went the hard way, the long way. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And I went and
that's
snooped in,
pain.
and and you can imagine how when it first came out, it was still super laggy, so we had to deal with that.
Oh
Oh,
man. Oh
and I
dude,
ate it, and I was so sad. I was like, man.
that's unfortunate. You know, you guys just talk about Ark. I do remember, if you guys don't mind me telling the story about Ryan Phoenix and his experience with you guys on the server. And I remember him saying that he had made a female character, and everyone was giving him gear and resources, and they were helping him out in the world. And then a hop skip away, a little ways away, we have Ghelgan and Zendalen literally getting suicide bombed by a bunch of nakeds with C4. And I found it hilarious because it's like the duality in the gaming scene. It's like people being helpful, and then you got the degenerates that are just that are C4s. Was there a reason they were doing that, or they were just doing it to be doing it?
Just doing it to be doing it. We are very peaceful people.
Sorry. I didn't mean to laugh that hard. You were liberating people around you, so they just they just came to offer a little help. Oh man. Okay.
Absolutely terrible.
I've been running into that a lot more. In just Valorant is definitely a game where I enjoy it. I enjoy it to a certain degree when I'm playing with friends. When we're in a 5-stack, we're 5 people together, we're playing, I enjoy it. Whenever I am playing either by myself or with 1 or 2 other people, it literally stresses me out to the point where I have to just decompress and just step away from my computer, because there people who are so toxic. Like I can't even play with my younger sister and talk in game with her. So we have to make sure we're in a separate call, or if she has to make a call out, I have to make it for her, because whenever they hear a female's voice, they lose their minds. They really do. And I can understand just dealing with people that just do stuff to be doing stuff, because it's kind of like it's like a 3 p.m. on a work day, and you chose to come on the internet and just be a word that I would not be saying. Like people are something else, and I've become jaded when it comes to it, because I kind of just brush it off. Whenever it happens, I kind of just ignore it. But I gotta make sure. Just it's a more of an example, or just letting people know that I watch the video. When you do see stuff that happens online and you hear people say, don't let them get away with it. And I've been trying to do better about that. Don't let them just walk away with that. Like, make sure that they at least have some kind of response, in terms of not even don't sit there and play their game and continue to respond. Let them know that, hey man, that's not cool. I'm gonna go ahead and mute you. Because don't do that anymore, because that's kind of really bad thing to do. And then I mute them, and everybody on my team will mute them for the rest of the game. It's like, you let them know that, hey, this is the reason why we're muting you. You're not gonna get any more enjoyment out of this, so we're gonna go ahead and kind of distance ourselves from you. That's more of it'll kind of help somewhat. It's better than doing nothing when it comes to toxicity on the internet, or at least toxicity in gaming. That's kind of my 2 cents for that.
Mm-hmm.
There's one more thing I wanted to talk about, and I had it written down, but I gotta find the actual message that I put down for myself. Well, while I'm doing that, I would like to talk about our best game, like our most triumphant gaming moments. What was something that you remember to this day that was one of your sickest, best, just you really just styled on somebody kind of moment, or you just kind of did something that what you thought was the bee's knees. Zinlin, we'll go ahead and start with you.
Yes. I couldn't have done this without the wonderful, amazing Ice King Rhyme Phoenix. There is a game called Divinity Original Sin 2. Basically, your goal is to become divine or become having divinity. Fast forwarding to the end, because I don't want to do no spoilers or anything, even though it feels like it's a spoiler right now, but Ghelgan and I agreed to battle to see who becomes divine. Rhyme Phoenix said no, and our friend Defoe also said no, yet the game put them in the battle anyways. So even though it looked like they were on the outside lines, they were still able to attack and move and have a turn and all that stuff. Well, our lovely Rhyme Phoenix friend used Hailstorm on top of Ghelgan and nearly destroyed him.
That pesky fire mage.
And me, all I had to do was go over there and backstab him a couple of times, and he was finished. And I won the divinity, and it asked me a question. Should I keep it for myself, or should I spread it to everyone? And you know what I did? I spread it to everyone. So everyone got a piece of divinity.
You're one
I
of those.
think that was a very epic moment
You're
to
one of
know
those.
what it's like to have divinity in their grasp.
No one gets it. That's my motto. No one gets it.
When you say so, Ghelgan.
I believe. Now let me tell you the whole story. That fiend Phoenix was put down.
You made sure you liberated him.
However, he was resurrected by Defoe. And when you die, your cooldowns are all of a sudden churning. So you don't have to wait 6 turns or more. So he got back up again and hellstormed me for a second time.
Oh, no.
Mind you, my character, like I truly am, is a beast. So it took 2 hellstorms and Zendalen to take me down, to steal my divinity. It wasn't he stole it from me. He will never be forgiven. Never.
He stole the divinity. And then you made it worse by just giving it out to everybody. He could have just given it to you.
I gave some to Ghelgan. I gave some to him. Okay. I mean, he didn't get all of it, but he got some. So it was like a win-win. He got a taste.
Oh. Goddamn.
I knew what it was like to have all of it. Then I was like, you spread it out. Let me tell you, it was wonderful. It was magnificent.
And Ghelgan, you got any of your most stylistic gaming moments?
Every time I pick up a controller, that happens.
You know, I knew you were going to say something like that. I knew when the words came out of my mouth and I was thinking about best game moments, he was just like, hey, whenever I play.
I would say my entire playthrough of Legend of Dragoon is my best gaming memory. I absolutely love that game. I would love for them to remake it on the PS5. If I got to wait until the PS20, I will be 77 years old playing that game. I love that game so much. It is the best. And you know what?
Dragoon?
The Legend of Dragoon, yes.
The Legend of Dragoon.
It's a very old game at this point. I don't care. I love it. That game is my Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, okay. That's nice. I don't really have any truly epic gaming moments other than just some cool plays I've made in FPS games, and I pretty much uploaded all of them on my TikTok so far. I wanted to move into our next segment. I just put it into our text chat or our group chat that we have currently of a clip of the most recent episode of The Flash. I know you guys probably don't watch it. I don't watch it. I just wanted to get your thoughts on what the hell is in this video. You guys will see it on screen on the right now. It'll play. We'll come back. But this in particular, what the hell? What is happening? Why are they using lightning lightsabers? why are people? What is this? Why did the show devolve from okay, they're running? It's like the Fast and the Furious movies. They used to race cars, and the Flash used to run. Now he's sword fighting. I just, it's a weird show now, and it is hilarious. I don't know if you guys are looking at the clip, but what are your thoughts on that, Ghelgan? What are your thoughts on the Flash show right now? Did you ever watch season 1?
I did not. Doesn't Disney own Marvel?
This is DC. This is DC.
Oh my
on
God!
Netflix.
I'm about to get hog. I'm about to get hog.
I'll let the comment section deal with that. Jeez.
And he says he's a
Batman
Batman lover.
I thought the same thing. You Batman lover.
I know who Batman belongs. Wait a minute. Slow it down, okay? Slow it down, all right?
Come on, Batman.
I will have you.
He has a special relationship with the Flash.
I will have you know, I'm not as crazy as you think I am. Flash, the 1997 movie, is owned by Disney. Okay, so excuse me.
Oh, you got it. He got the receipts. He got the receipts. Everything.
So, with Disney owning that and Disney owning Star Wars, it only makes sense to marry them together with some lightsabers.
That, you know what? That's probably what they were thinking. That's 100% probably what they were thinking. That I hate it. I just hate it. It looks so bad. And what makes it worse, I saw another clip, and I'll put that on screen as well. I like Jordan Fisher. He's a streamer / actor. He does a lot of stuff for Disney. The outfit that he has, because he's playing Bart Allen, the outfit that he has, it's kind of corny. You know, I feel like they could have put a little bit more cash into it as well. We ever watch? I don't know if you ever watched a B movie, and you would think TV shows, at least nowadays, their production or the money that goes into them is little less, especially when they're not being streamed on the streaming services. They're probably not being the most resources into those movies. This looks like, and it's on screen now, this looks like a D-list movie. Like this is horrible. I don't know who is in charge of making these decisions, but please, for the love of God, let this show die. No more of this. I am good. No more, please. Could you imagine they do some mess like this to Batman? You imagine this? Could you imagine Batman doing some ballet dances? Like,
that's first of all. We're comparing an amateur, the Flash, to the only one, the great one, Batman. That's why I thought Flash was Marvel. No one cares about Flash. Okay, we only care about sophisticated, well written, excellent characters like Batman.
I guess we're
not. Who cares what they do to Flash?
Yeah, that's honestly true. Like did you guys watch the Justice League movie? Like
which one?
The newest one, not even the Snyder's cut, like the newest live action Justice League with like they had it's not worth the watch. I'm gonna be completely honest. Even the Snyder cut is maybe somewhat passable. Batman in that movie, I actually like I like Batfleck. I like Batfleck, and he was definitely more jaded. He was, for me at least, it felt like he was cracking a little too many jokes, and it felt like they were trying to do like how Marvel does a lot of their characters and just have them crack jokes and do a little bit of satire here and there. And Batman is the character where it should be a very rare moment that he does anything that is not him scowling or him just with a straight face. Like the Justice League animated series, Batman was singing. I'll never forget that. I will never forget that because I could not for the life of me. I was racking my brain for a few seconds when they were talking about she was going to take I forgot, it was like a witch or something. She was going to take something from Batman that he's been trying to hide and not let anybody know for forever. And my mind went ablaze. It went more in the I won't say what my mind went to, but I will say that him singing was definitely not on the list. That's crazy. Like, singing is one thing that was so far down the list of things I'll ever thought Batman would do in terms of just being it's a normal thing to do. It's like normal people do that stuff, not Batman. No, not Batman. I had a conversation. I'm going to rant again. I had a conversation with someone about Batman recently. They were talking about how are you upset with Batman for not killing his villains, but not upset with Spider-Man? And it had me think about there was a comic about how Kingpin had hurt Aunt May. He found out Peter's secret identity, and he hurt Aunt May. He didn't kill her, but he did brutalize her, and she was in hospital. Peter then proceeded to beat the ever-loving dog piss out of Kingpin, and a lot of people were upset that he didn't kill him. Personally, I identify a lot with two of my favorite characters, or two of my favorite Marvel characters in particular, Punisher and Moon Knight. Like Punisher in particular, because Punisher is that he's crazy. I'm not gonna say he's not crazy, but a lot of people that he deals with in terms of people that are his adversaries that aren't heroes. I can't not be mad at him for putting him down. I'll give you a little insight into my mind. That's kind of how I feel. But for Batman, people kept using the Joker as an example, and I wanted to know if you guys agree. Should Batman put the Joker down?
The final laugh, he did.
Yes, he
or
did.
Last laugh, whichever it was called.
I think it was Last Laugh.
Yeah, see, he's done it.
He's done.
We've seen it.
We've seen it. Well, did we see it on? Was it on? It's like in the panel, or did it like? If I remember correctly, it like panned out with them laughing, but then only one of them was laughing, and you couldn't hear the Joker anymore. I think I remember like that.
There was a movie. I think they did, and he killed him in the movie too.
It's the Killing Joke. It was the Killing Joke.
There we go. Yeah.
I remember. And it was a straight up conversation about that, and I was like, yeah, Batman probably should have killed him a long time ago, but he's done it once or twice, actually multiple times. If you talk about the Batman who laughs, or that's a different kind of Batman. That's definitely a Batman you do not want to ever interact with, cross. That's just like, that's dangerous. Like, it's very dangerous to have a trained Bruce Wayne or Batman with the ideology or psychosis of the Joker. Like, I'm gonna put a picture of him on screen. Yeah, that's not somebody you want to mess with or even interact or even see. But I couldn't think of a villain out of Spider-Man's role gallery that I would 100% be like, they need to be put down, right? I think Batman has 90% of his role gallery. I am kind of like, yeah, especially what's his name, Professor Pig. That's another individual. I'm like, yeah, he probably should have gotten the chair a while ago.
What about Carnage?
Oh yeah, you know what? That's right. All the symbiotes, to be completely honest, except for Venom. No, Venom got to go too. Like, Venom definitely got to go too. I didn't even think about the symbiotes, because you have Agent Venom, and then you have Eddie Brock trying to become better or be a better person / anti-hero with Venom, and Carnage. There's another one. There was another one that was like it was something that was like easily could kill the symbiotes. So it was like a full white and black suit. I can't remember the name of that one.
Talking about Anti-Venom?
Is that what it was called? Anti-Venom?
Well, that's a suit. Let me be clear, audience. Let me be clear. I am not a comic book guy. I'm just.
I am, but I'm definitely more DC than I am Marvel. Like I like Marvel. I do, but I'm definitely leaning more DC than anything else when it comes to anything comic books. When it comes to movies, I'm Marvel over DC. I don't know what the hell DC's doing over there anymore. I have no idea. They're doing their thing. Marvel's doing their thing. We're gonna keep it separate. But yeah, I just like to rant and talk about different topics. That was just one that I wanted to bring up, the Flash thing. I thought it was hilarious. I thought that show kind of devolved pretty badly. I've been reading some reviews here and there, and I've been watching some somewhat out of context clips, and it looks bad. And personally, I feel like the actor Grant Gustin, who's playing the Flash, is kind of just there to collect the check at this point. He's like, yeah, whatever. I say my stupid lines and we'll go about my day, and I collect that check. Like, there's been a lot of episodes actually recently, at least from these different reviews that I've seen, that he has been on screen for a total of 5 minutes in an episode. 5 minutes, and then you no longer see him. They're doing the B tier or the B story and the C story, and his A story is just left on the back burner, and we don't get to see or move on with that for episodes. Like, episodes down the line, we don't see the Flash. So it's a weird situation that they're in. I would like to talk about Loki, but I don't know if you guys watch the show, but that would be for a different time, a different Hakai talk where we talk about the show Loki. I have a lot. People. I want you to understand. I have a lot to talk about when it comes to when Loki. That show is like it's so much. There's so much there. I can't wait for.
I've only seen the first episode. I need to finish it up.
If any indication of how hype I am about it, or if that's a good indication or indicator, it's a good show. It's really good. But that is currently all I have in terms of topics. I'm glad you guys showed up. I'm glad you guys came to be guests on the Hakai Talk. Next, we're sorry. We'll hold on. I'm gonna cut that out. Hey, and we're gonna go ahead and call it a day. I thank you guys for showing and hanging out with us here at Hakai Talk. Make sure you guys go check out our Twitch and our YouTube. This will be up on our YouTube starting next week. Actually, next week Thursday. I want to date myself. We're gonna be streaming this as well on the Twitch channel later in the afternoon or later at around same time around 7. We'll be trying to stream this. I'll have different people. I have friends and other guests regarding other channels. I have a couple things lined up for the Hakai Talk. I thank you guys. You can come watch this live on twitch.tv/TeamHakai, and also you can see the VOD on our YouTube channel for search up Team Hakai. We'll be here and we'll see you guys later. But make sure you live by the code. And did you guys have anything else you want to say as we exit the stage left?
No, make sure you subscribe, like, and follow.
Yep.
And hit that bell notification.
Yes, indeed. All right. Thank you, guys.